Hey, P.S. The intro sounds really quiet on my end. Is... Pasta Shade? Where are you? Hey, anyone here seen the Pasta Shade? He's not on at his post, and we have a show to put on. What? Sorry, I don't speak waitstaff. Can you speak up a bit? Nope, still not getting that part.
I think I saw him heading into the vaults about an hour ago.
What's he doing down there?
Don't know, but he did ask me for a full jar of marinara before he left.
Oh, God. And you just let him go?
I'm not gonna bother the boss when he's in one of his moods. I know better.
All right, I'll go. Thanks, Cook Manager. Keep things simmering up here.
No problem. But lately, everyone seems to want their food undercooked. Turn up those burners, folks.
I'm not dead. Oh, certainly not dead, too worthy. The pastel man? Not touching that one with the mile-long fork. Come on, come on.
Pasta Shade?
Oh, good evening. Did you knock? You should have knocked.
You're hitting this sauce this early in the evening? No, come on. You know we have a show to do.
Yes, I'm completely aware. I just...
You're a mess, Chief. Come on, let's get upstairs. Everyone's waiting.
No, it's... we can't. Not yet.
Why not?
Because...
Oh, that's new. Hey, it's okay. January is never a good month for horror. Yes, you know that.
No, it's not that at all. No, it's not that at all. It's the fact that we have no new recipes.
What? But surely we have hundreds, if not thousands, stored down here.
That's ingredients, yes. But stories? Stories are becoming harder and harder to come by. Yes, there are literally millions of dark tales within our reach, but we can only give the best.
And we do, don't we? Every month. Well, apart from this last December, but that was us taking a break.
And I know the staff are grateful. They've been toiling in that kitchen for an abysmally long time, and they deserve some rest and peace. The problem, sous chef, is this.
A cookbook?
The cookbook. And note how its pages are all blank. We're out. We have nothing prepared.
You're kidding. There's gotta be something. Can't we resort to something simple?
And lower our standards? Absolutely not. I am not subjecting our intrepid listeners to the wrong sort of mental torture that comes from a subpar dish. We want to frighten our guests, not frighten them away with an appallingly awful production.
But you've had the staff focusing on gathering tales from the ether since day one.
Yes, obviously, but our dark collectors are coming back either empty-handed or worse, with narratives that simply do not work. Creepypasta was a mistake.
Don't say that, Chief.
You're mortal, sous chef. You're genuinely the only mortal that works here, so you have no idea what it feels like when you exist purely because of the essence of an idea by a collective unconscious.
Meaning?
I have not always existed in the form I have now, but with the advent of creepypasta, I have shifted into the persona you see today, for good or bad. I am creepypasta, and to a degree.
You've still lost me.
It's complicated. It's like this. Creepypasta is what people make of it, equal parts scary and silly. I am trying my best to keep the focus on delightful horror, subtle dread, haunting accounts penned by nefarious minds, with just a dash of humor on the side. Now it's a mishmash of nonsense, poor copycat stories, dubious focus on icons, you name it. There's a reason the zeitgeist spat out the monstrosity that is my sister, the oregano caricature. She's the embodiment of that lack of creativity, that disdain for trying to make anything other than garnering attention from the masses, appealing to the trends.
Okay. So what you're basically saying is you're having a hard time finding stories that don't suck meatballs.
Very astute, sous chef.
I have my moments. So what are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. My task on this plane is to serve, and we don't have anything new to serve. Our reserves are tapped. I would wallow, but... Well, I was wallowing. I panicked before that.
I can see that. But so what if we're fresh out of grub? Everyone needs to restock sometime, right? I've been saying to you we've been stretched thin for a bit, but you always pulled something out of the catacombs at the last minute.
What do you think I'm trying to do now? It's not working this time. I think we have to admit to our patrons that we have failed them.
They'll understand. A lot of them are satisfied on the other show we produce.
Well, something I will never understand.
And this isn't the first time we've come up short due to a snag in the process. What we do takes dedication and time, and sometimes time has to take a backseat to quality. Episodes have been delayed before. Have you ever given them anything subpar as a result? Honestly?
That's true. It just feels like it's such a disservice to them sometimes.
Then maybe consider taking some time to refresh our archives with usable tales. Fill this book up with fresh dishes, then come back and serve them up. Don't worry about a month-to-month deadline for a change.
You have a point. I have been trying to expand the show a bit beyond just creepypasta, a classic here and an original there, so long as they serve their purpose of bringing fear. Perhaps it's time I went back to the source.
Huh?
The source of these stories. We have to scour and scrounge on the internet to find anything worthwhile these days, so perhaps the internet is hindering more than it is helping. Creepypasta is changing, my dear, and whether that change is good or bad is up to the readers. For us, though, we need to go out into the world, find the tales worth telling, get them from the mouths of the tellers themselves, keepers of shadows and darkness.
That sounds cryptic. And edgy.
Whatever. It sounded better in my head. Thank you.
For what?
For pulling me out of my doldrums. Sometimes I forget what mortals are capable of.
Hey, it's why you hired me, right?
No, that was affirmative action.
Huh?
I hired you because we needed at least one non-supernatural being working here.
Oh god, way to kill the moment, boss.
Killing is what I do best. Is everyone still gathered upstairs?
Yep, and they're waiting for you.
Good. Then it's time I gave them my plans. We, as a collective, are going on a little road trip. Forgive our lateness, intrepid listeners, but it's a fact that the majority of us here at the Midnight Marinara are already late to begin with. Gather around, brave and curious souls, for tonight I have something bizarre to share with you. Things are going to change around here. Since we allowed our eerie abode to be open to the shifting energies of the ethereal web, we have done our best to present for you only the finest plays of the macabre we could concoct. At first we did this twice a month, but when it began to prove taxing to the larder, we moved our productions down to one a month, and this was fine. You, the listener, kindly understood and even encouraged us in this change, and for that, we are truly grateful. Now we are asking you for your patience once again, as we alter the way we do things once more. Suffice to say, Midnight Marinara has found itself coming up short on truly adaptable works of late, and we have been forced to throw things together quickly in a fashion we are not satisfied with. We want to guarantee your satisfaction with what we serve you, and we feel that our current pace, this is no longer the case. So, what does this mean for Midnight Marinara? Friends, we are going to take a little break from the month-to-month main courses to go on a fact-finding expedition. My new task is to use this time to gather stories from the far-flung corners of not just the internet, but the shadowy places of the world as well. Midnight Marinara needs to grow, and the best way I can find for us to allow for that is to dedicate the time to fresh material rather than worry about a monthly deadline. So no, this is not the end. Rather, we are going to move to a seasonal format and build up a tasty menu of dark delights before we even begin serving. When will the audio plays return? I cannot say for certain, but my new goal is to start things anew come October, the best month of the year. And don't worry, we won't leave you starving. Every so often in this period, look for a new midnight snack to tide you over as we've prepared the main dishes for you. We are also developing a couple of new ideas for eerie audio plays that have a longer, ongoing tale, and you may begin to see hints of that in our time away. And of course, if there's that other show. Alas, I know this will be difficult for some of you to accept, and for that, your maitre d' is truly sorry and humbly apologizes. All they can ask is for your forgiveness and faith in us as we move into the gray unknown of an uncertain future. There's my ride. This old hearse here, while a bit of an antique, will be the ideal vehicle to travel in seeking dark tales. We will return, and when we do, we will be ready to surprise, delight, and terrify you once more. Thank you, all of you, for everything. I take this journey for you, so that you might benefit from the stories we long to tell. So, until next we convene, pleasant dreams.
Midnight Marinara is written, produced, directed, and mixed by David King. And like the Pasta Shade said, we'll be returning in October for the beginning of a new season. Until then, if you're interested in keeping tabs on the mysterious and wonderful things we have going forward, or want to let us know what you think, please subscribe and leave us some feedback by rating us and writing a review on iTunes. Email us at midnightmarinara@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter or Tumblr. And hey, this is normally the part where I ask people to consider joining our Patreon page, and I'm certainly not going to deter you from that, because there's going to be some interesting incentives popping up there in the near future. I want to thank all of our current patrons for their support, and I promise you, the show will go on. And thank you, the audience at large, for listening.